Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon to everyone who joined us today. Welcome to Sembrani 2.0 Heritage Around Us, our monthly salary session with all. So this is our fourth session for this year. So as we know, heritage isn't about ancient monuments or grand buildings. It lives in the space that we inhabit, the stories that we pass down, and the ordinary structure that shapes our everyday life. So for today's sessions, we will celebrate this idea, looking at heritage not as something distant, but as something that surround us, influence us, and also deserve to be understood, cherished, and reimagine for the futures. I am Rohaya, the host for today's program. Okay, for today we have two inspiring speakers who will share their unique insight into our heritage trail of two historic towns, which is Batu Pahat and also Sandakan. So before we proceed, let me share a brief overview for today's program. So we will begin with two sessions with Dr. Indra and also Mr. Lai. So they will have 20 minutes to share their experience with us. And then after that, we will open for Q&A. And to the end, we will have a group photos before we end this program. So now let us proceed with our first sessions with Dr. Indra Shahrul bin Mat Rizwan. Okay. Our first speaker, Dr. Indra, began his academic career as a senior lecturer, and currently he is the head of departments at UTHM, and also established himself as a social scientist and also educator. So since 2020, he has served as a board member of ICOMOS Malaysia. He also led the research on determinations of measurements and valuations methods for tangible heritage assets for the Malaysian federal government, funded by Accountants General Departments. He obtained PhD in urban planning from Universities of Malaya. He holds a Master's Science in Housing and Bachelor's Science in Development Planning and Management. So from USM. His research has been published in the journal Tourism and Culture Change, Journal of Cultural Heritage Management and Sustainable Development, Journal of Heritage Management and also Planning Malaysia. So for today, Dr. Indra will present a fascinating topic titled Trailblazing Batu Pahat, Charms versus Challenge. His presentations will explore into rich historical cultural of Batu Pahat, a town with unique genius loci of tangible and intangible heritage. Dr. Indra will also share the challenge that Batu Pahat is currently facing and will address its potentials and also obstacles. So let's give our full attentions to Dr. Indra. Dr. Indra, the screen is yours. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good afternoon to all, and I would like to thank ICOMOS Malaysia for inviting me, and also our next presenter, Mr. Lai Hang from Sandakan. Yeah. Today I would like to share my topic with regards to heritage trails. So before I proceed, let me share my slide with you guys. Okay. I don't know. All right. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Okay, my topic today will touch on the trailblazing Batu Pahat, charm versus challenges. Thank you, Dr. Rohaya, for introducing me on my academic journey. Okay, for this topic, what I am trying to share with you guys is a two-fold objective. The first objective is to showcase the architectural heritage and multicultural identity of Batu Pahat through an exploration of heritage trail. And secondly, I would like to examine the current challenges facing heritage preservation, including urban development, funding constraint, and also some institutional gaps. All right. So for those who are not really familiar, the locations of Batu Pahat is actually located in the southern part of Peninsular Malaysia in the southwest, which is next to Malacca to the north, and to the north, and to the south is Singapore. Yeah, we are in between Malacca and Singapore, 2 hours journeys by drive. Yeah. At the moment, from the current census on year 2020, the total population of the inhabitants in Batu Pahat is less than 500,000 people. Yeah. And also Batu Pahat, instead of we known as Batu Pahat, but Batu Pahat also has another name, which is Bandar Pengaram. Yeah. So instead of having one singular name of Batu Pahat town, it also known as Bandar Pengaram. Okay, this is what the aerial view or the bird view of our town. Okay, as you can see, the town has actually consists of 430 pre-war building with 3 architectural style, including the eclectic, early colonial or Anglo-Indian, and also Art Deco. And at the moment, we can see that there is a lot of there are some and many dilapidated buildings found here, which are not given much attention, either from the owners itself or also by the authorities. Okay, this is also the image of the town currently. And this is the heritage zone, heritage zone of Bandar Batu Pahat, which was established in 1894. Yeah, our town has established since 1894, which is more than 120 years. These are the old photos of Batu Pahat. As you can see on the left up photos, it was the old photos taken in the 1920s, and to the right hand side is what we have today is Sekolah Tinggi Batu Pahat or high school. Yeah, and this is actually the heart of the town. Yeah, and as you may know, that Batu Pahat is actually a port town. It is started with a port town and located next to the river. Okay, I would like to touch a little bit on the history of our town, which is, as you can see on the maps provided here, that previously our town is not known as Batu Pahat. The old name of or ancient name of Batu Pahat is Padram. Yeah, as you can see, I'm pointing out the Muar. The Muar is our neighbor town to the north, and you can see the word Padram here, and it was recorded from the Portuguese record. That was in 1511 and until 1612, that our river also known as Rio Formoso, and we have the river that is 12 kilometers away from the sea, and the river the uniqueness is it has branches to the left and to the right. We call it Sungai Simpang Kanan and Sungai Simpang Kiri. And Padram is from this map, is located between the Singapore. Okay, as you can see, this is Singapore and also and more, yeah, and more. Okay, the term Padram means an ancient settlement that once thrived along the banks of this river. So the river is called Rio Formoso, and now we call it Sungai Batu Pahat. Okay, let's trail back to our heritage trail. Yeah, what initiative that the university taken to started with this project? Okay, our project named BP Heritage Trail was started since July 2021, and we try to document the history and heritage of our town, which was not been recorded before, as what we did last 2021. And the idea of this project was triggered by a setup of a new task force known as the Edutourism at UTHM, which has been formed at UTHM since 2020. So, okay, from our project, we produce or we publish these heritage trails, and it actually consists of 25 sites, important sites within the 15-kilometer radius, as you can see from this study. This is the Batu Pahat Town Center. As you can see, the river next to our town. Okay, and from this study, we try to study the baseline map and also to having the thematic trails, which was the very significant thematic trail that is suitable for the city, for the town. And also we try to visualize our asset, heritage asset in our study area. And the methodology of having this heritage trail, this, as I mentioned earlier, that this is initiated by the university. And these are the 4 methodology that we used. One of them is focus group discussion that was held online. As you may know that this in year 2021, we are in the situation of MCO, and our group discussion was conducted online. That was in September to October 2021, and it involved various individuals such as public and private agency, NGO, as well as the community representative. And we did also the survey from January to March 2022, and we managed to get 170 respondents in order for us to understand the perception among the communities. And we also conducted an interview with the professionals and community representatives, shopkeepers, and also public. And the last methodology that we use the site observation methods that in order for us to understand the current scenario on the site, and also to take photos, including those buildings and sites and monuments. Okay, as you can see, these are 25 sites and monuments, and also environmental sites, which was included in this study. Yeah, so we managed to collect 25 heritage sites for this study. Okay, instead of having our research, we also publish our technical report in terms of our heritage trail and the details of the heritage asset. You can also try to get this report in this link or website. Yeah. Okay, one of the challenges, now I move on to the challenges that we face, yeah, during or to conduct the survey or the research. One of the main challenges are the urban development pressures. As you may know that in many towns in Malaysia, continues to grow and modernize, and the urban development often takes precedence over heritage conservation. As you can see, the new buildings, infrastructure projects, and commercial taking place in our town and cities. And this, without a balance between development and preservation, our town will have a risk losing its unique identity. This also happened to my town, which is Batu Pahat. Okay, as I will show you the more details on the challenges, especially on the aspect of the flaws, the flaws of having a conservation in our town, in my town, Okay, the second challenges that I think I want to highlight in my presentation is the lack of awareness. As you can see, it's happened anyway, I think, in most of our town. Okay, even the resident are not fully aware of the historical significance. And to make it worse, the lack of awareness from the public also give this problem. And also the local community does not recognize the value of its own heritage. Effort to protect and promote it struggle to gain momentum. This is due to a lack of awareness. As you can see in this building, it is one of the beautiful building in the town, but now it was totally dilapidated. There is tree growing, and I don't know what happened next, and the facade is totally destroyed. Okay, the third challenges that I want to highlight is the limited funding. As you can see in this photo, it was taken in year 2022. This building is actually the fire brigade building. The authority actually try to safeguard this building, but so happened that when it started in year 2023, okay, this for the photos in year 2022, I managed to take photos on that particular building. As you can see, in year 2022, the arch and also the pillars are still intact. But after the preservation work has been done by the authority, all is gone. It means that the safeguarding project or to preserve this particular building is not right. They are not doing the right thing in terms of preserving this beautiful facade or fire drill building. And this happened due to the limited of funding, I guess. All right. So, okay, this also some issue that I want to highlight. The fourth issue is the lack of understanding among authorities. As you can see on the slide, the photo taken in year 2022 and in year 2024, they have some conservation work has been done by the authorities to paint this is the Japanese club building. We call it Japanese club building. It was built in year 1925. Okay, what I'm trying to highlight here is that the authorities has very minimal understanding on the concept or the approach on conservation. What they did is, I think, not that great, because they paint the building with white color and without having some forensic on it. And this looks like, I think, the building has lost its soul, because of the color scheme that they used as compared to previous color. Okay, and to make it worse, as you can see in my town, this is the main road of Batu Pahat. We call it Jalan Rahmat, and so happened that the building in this road are all white painted. I don't know what happened. They try to conserve it, but it's looked like a dying town, yeah, with white color, without any color scheme, and they just painted the building with the white color and also gold, white and gold. It looked like no soul happened in this town, yeah. And it's all the heritage or pre-war building was painted white at the moment. And the last challenges that I want to highlight is that the preservation issue. Yeah, we understand that our weather have give a major impact on our physical deteriorations of our building. I think without a clear guidelines and professional oversights, our preservation effort may unintentionally compromise our historical authenticity. This is happening to this building that once before is very nice, very beautiful in terms of the facade. Okay, and as you can see, this is happening to many towns in Malaysia. Okay, all the windows, the traditional windows are gone, and they change it with the glasses. Okay, and you can see from the from next to this building or these pre-war shop houses is the mosque, and I don't know why they managed to build this building and without considerations of the height and the sensitivity of the heritage building next to it. And you can see here also from the right-hand side photos, the owners can do whatever he want. As you can see, the aircon is in front of the facade, and there is some destructions of materials or zinc in the facade of the building next to it, right? Okay, I think that's all for my sharing today. And I would like to thank you all for listening what I'm saying today. And thank you again, Dr. Raya, and back to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Indra. So we will open for a Q&A after Mr. Lai's session. So now we are going to our second speaker, Mr. Lai King Hang, an experienced tourism a chairman of Sandakan Heritage Trail since 2003. He is one of the anchor who promoting Sandakan as a heritage with rich historical significance. And Mr. Lai also our executive board members of ICOMOS Malaysia. So for today, Mr. Lai will be presenting and sharing on the Holding Our Heritage, the Sandakan Trail for Young Heart. He will share his experience in advocating, learning of own histories and heritage, especially raising awareness among the young people. So let's welcome Mr. Lai. Mr. Lai, the screen is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to briefly say how I started the Heritage Trail. I want to make use of my storytelling skill to make my talk interesting and informative. First of all, where is Sandakan? I think many people may not know. Sandakan is in the state of Sabah on the east coast, because most of you may know Kota Kinabalu, that's on the west coast. Sandakan on the east coast. Can we have a picture of Sandakan now? Yeah, can you see it? This is my hometown. So this is an overview of the town from a pavilion up on the hill. So Sandakan was the capital of British North Borneo before the war. So during the war, it was totally destroyed. And the capital has to move to Jasutan, now called Kota Kinabalu. Can we see the picture before the war, the black and white picture? Very nice. So this is some of the pictures that we still have. You can easily find on the internet. This is the old Sandakan, almost the same angle. So from the picture that you see just now. So Sandakan is also known as Little Hong Kong. So why? Can we see the next picture? Maybe you can know. Aha, see? See, this is the Sandakan that was built after the war. The rows of shop according to Jalan Satu, Jalan Dua, Jalan Tiga, very straight, just like in Hong Kong. Why Hong Kong? Because the architects and people in charge of
Siapa yang lawan? Siapa
Sandakan,
lawan dia? Faham.
it's the same. So people, use the same kind of style. And then we have plenty of migrants during the early days, all from Hong Kong or Southern China, just like myself. I am fourth generation Chinese. My great-grandfather comes from Hong Kong. So we speak Cantonese here in Sandakan. So everything is Cantonese, like Cantonese food, Cantonese pastry. So if you come to Sandakan, you can see a bit of Hong Kong in Malaysia. So let's go to the map that I want to show you, our map. Yeah, okay. So why was this heritage trail started? 22 years ago, I participated in a historical tourism workshop. And out of this end of the workshop, there was a solution. And the resolution say, Sandakan is good for a heritage trail. And I was asked to look into it. At that time, myself, I also do not really know about our own history of Sandakan. A little bit here and there. So I decided to take up the challenge, and with a few friends who like history, we went to the site one by one, see what kind of historical site that we have in Sandakan. So we found out that there is 10 listed in this map. Afterwards, you can zoom in, there's numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in yellow. So as I speak about the heritage site, you can also zoom in into the area to look what I'm talking about, all right? So this is number 1. Can you see number 1? Masjid Jamik, right? Why Masjid Jamik was selected as number 1? Because as you can see from behind, you can see rows and rows of, shops. That is the original Sandakan that I show you. So Masjid Jamik is visible from the town. The others are not. Okay, and Masjid Jamik is more than 100 years old. As you can see from the map, there is the year stated there, 1887. So in 1887, already we have this masjid, but then not in this big, but a smaller version. Sandakan modern Sandakan is founded by Englishman called William Pryor in 1879. So before even the British came, the masjid is already here. As you can see from here, we can walk the red dot. Okay, and number 2 is a square. We call it the MPS square. MPS, what is MPS? Majlis Perbandaran Sandakan. This is the square where you can see the number 2, that is the William Pryor Monument, right? So beside the William Pryor Monument, if you see at the bottom of the map, the blue color, you can say Sandakan Liberation Monument and also the Chartered Company Monument, right? So after number 2, walk across the road to number 3, right? There is a step going up to the hill. We call it 100 step. But in Melayu, it's called Tangga Seribu. It just means that it has a lot of steps. It doesn't necessarily mean 100 steps. Okay? As you walk up the step, mungkin 10 to 15 minutes, see how fit you are. Then we will arrive up on the hill and we'll go to the lottery observation pavilion. Can you see that in blue? The roof is blue. Okay. This lottery observation pavilion is where you can see the whole of Sandakan, bird eye view. Next to it, number 4, is Agnes Kit House. Agnes Kit House is a house built in 1947 and 46 to 47 after war. Why is it called Agnes Kit House? Because it belonged, or rather the house was the dwelling of this person called Agnes Kidd and the husband, Harry Kidd. They were the second most senior British official in Sandakan. Agnes Kidd is famous for the book Land Below the Wind. So this is why the government has restored her house, the governor house, and make it a house museum. This is one of the must-stop in Sandakan if you want to know about the history. When you go inside the house, you will see not an ordinary museum, but a house that looks like Agnes Kidd's house with sofa, bedroom, kitchen, and everything, so that you can, get a feel of the place or the town in the 40s. Okay, going downhill, Jalan Istana will pass by a clock tower built in 1972. It's the JC Clock Tower. Going downwards, we have number 5. Number 5 have a very sad history. It is the remains of an old stairs. Why? It was a beautiful mansion before the war. It belongs one of the richest men in Sandakan, a Chinese man. So when the Council of China came to Sandakan to set up office, he offered this house to the Consul General to be his office. That is in 1939, just before the war. And that was the time China is fighting Japanese occupation in mainland China. The Chinese in Sandakan decided to raise funds and to send money back to China to help with the hospitals, medical, etc. by the Chinese chambers. But when the Japanese landed in 1942, the first thing they went is to this house and capture the Chinese Consul General. So later on, he was executed and the house burned down. So today, we can only see the remains of the staircase in front of this beautiful mansion. Number 5 is one of the most ugly heritage sites in Sandakan because it was neglected. Nothing has been done about it. It's just like what Dr. Indra said, our state authority or tourism authority are very slow or very weak in appreciation of this heritage site and all that. But we as a volunteer group is trying our best together with the council how we can help out to maintain all these places so that it can be promoted not just for tourism, but we want the young people of our own place to know about our own history. This is the first objective of our volunteer group. So as we go down, you see Jalan Singapura. Then we go to number 6. Number 6 is a small Chinese temple, but it is one of the oldest in Sandakan. At the side of the, you see a staircase by the side of number 7, where there's a shortcut to the church. This church is called St. Michael's and All Angels Church. It is built in 1893, and it took 32 years to complete this stone church. And this is one of the oldest stone church still around in Sabah. And during the war, fortunately, none of the religious places were destroyed. This church, only the roof was destroyed. So it was restored after the World War, and it's now one of the main attraction in Sandakan. Everybody wants to go and have to look at the church. It looks like you are in some part of old England because it is that kind of structure that is still here in Sandakan. So after number 7, going downhill, we go to the, in most British Empire area or town, whatever, in India or in Malaysia, Singapore, there is always a town padang. Can you see the green part? There's a yellow. That is the town padang. So Sandakan do have one, and all the British they will use these for sports and all that. Right in front of this padang is one of the most like preserved Chinese temple in Sandakan. It is built in 1887. So this is one of the place that you can go in and you feel that Sandakan has a big community of migrants in the early days. According to what I know from my family, this Sandakan town, as you can see, the Padang and the rest of the town, the landed area, or all sea, they are reclaimed lands. That is why all the heritage site is by the hill, because in front there, it's all water. It's all reclaimed land, all done by the British. So from the Padang itself, it's still also reclaimed land. So everything is kampung air actually in front there, not like this in the old days, in the early days. All the main things are on the hill, just like Masjid Jamek, this Chinese temple, or even the church, or even Agnes Kid's house is up on the hill. Others than that, there are water everywhere, in the Sandakan area. So after this temple, number 8, we go to number 9. Number 9 is inside a roundabout. Okay, we call it the Malaysia Fountain. Why? This fountain was built in 1966 to commemorate the formation of Malaysia in 16 September 1963. So many do not know Sabah and Sarawak did not join Malaysia. We joined Malaya to form Malaysia in 1963. That is what we know according to the history. So this fountain is built to remember that day, 16 September 1963. It's also the year I was born. So I'm as old as Malaysia. Okay. So after that, we go there, number 10. Number 10 is Wisma Warisan, the red roof. All right. This is the last of the 10. And what is Wisma Warisan in the early days? Wisma Warisan is a secretariat of the British administration. There is this main building, has everything there: the post office, the court, everything is there. All the jabatan is there for the administration of Sandakan. So one round, you can walk one round like 2.5 hours normally. But unless you like history a lot, you will spend more time at individual site, so you need more time. But in general, 2 to 2.5 hours, you can finish this trail. And there are many information signboard along the trail. Every site has one, and it's in 3 languages. So you can learn about, for example, Masjid Jamek, a bit of the Masjid Jamek history at this signboard. And on the floor, can you see the map next to the cute mascot? You see the red footprint. Can you see it? Okay. The red footprint is actually an indication on the floor. All right. Indication on the floor. So as you walk, you will see the red footprint on the floor. So this is to guide visitors walking the trail so that they don't get lost and they can walk according to this map. And this map is available at the arrival hall of Sandakan Airport and all the major hotels. If not, can you see that scan me in the map? If you scan this, you will get this map into your phone. Okay. So this is what we have been doing for the past 22 years. So this volunteer program has been around from 2003. And every time a new person is in charge of the Majlis Perbandaran Sandakan, like Dr. Indra, I have to lobby again to the council, to the government, how we can make this trail better. So over the years, I've met many presidents of the council. Some like history, some do like history. So we have to convince them to ensure this trail continues to be available to the public, not just the tourists, but to our own people, the young generation, so that they can learn about the history of Sandakan by walking this trail. Recently, this is the blue map. As you can see Manja and Vira, the mascot of Sun Bear, in the map, because we wanted, this is a new map to sempurna tahun melawat Malaysia 2026. So that's all I have to say. I want people, the group to ask me question. Is more productive this way. Thank you, Doctor.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lai. Thank you also to both of our speakers, Dr. Indra and also Mr. La, for those enlightening sharing. So now we open our session for Q&A from our audience. I think
Anybody has been to Sandakan before? Only Dr. Indra. I met Dr. Indra during the COVID time when they come for the first study visit of the Heritage Trail.
okay.
But actually,
So I've been to Sandakan also.
Dr. I didn't know that you're there.
we learn from Sandakan actually to sketch our Batu-Pahat Heritage Trail. It was
Okay,
indeed
thank you.
Yeah, it was indeed a very fruitful discussion we're having there in Sandakan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we
One
learned a
of the
lot from
reasons why the map is like this, like a fun map, like cartoonish, because our committee feel that to attract the attention of young people, we need to be more fun. So, or else they don't even want to pick up the map. That's the reason.
Yeah. May I ask you a question, Mr. Lai?
Yes.
Dr. Raya, is it allowed?
Yeah, you may.
Okay. I found that your heritage trail has different version, right? Because you include some other new site in the map. Is it
In the new map? No,
Yeah.
actually, it was there all along. It's just
Okay.
that we did not put into the map of the sub heritage site because it wasn't ready. Now, after I think it's better organized, so we are putting in the not just the main, the sub like Japanese cemetery, others, because I think it's more better now. So we don't want people to go there and it's rumput panjang and then not organized. So we are doing a bit more on the signages. So I think we are ready to put in other smaller heritage site.
So for the physical signage in at the site,
Yes.
we for the visitor we can QR the site.
Yes.
Right?
Every site has one main board, and every site the member has this map, and plus the history of that place. So the QR code is available everywhere.
So who administered the system, the QR code? Is it you yourself or the Majlis
It's
Perbandaran
in our
Sandakan?
Facebook page.
Okay.
It's actually the cheapest and the simplest. It goes to our Facebook page, and we pin the map on the front page, so they will see that and they can easily download. It's the most economical way, no payment needed.
Yeah, it's free. Yeah.
Any more
I-
question?
I have a question for both of you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm looking for the both side, like Sandakans and also Batu Pahat, right? So what I can see, it is like individual initiative. I mean that you are doing all the research and then develop that heritage trail. So how about the involvement from the community? Did community support also all this? I mean that they are happy with that, or because it's kind of like yeah, it's a tough if like you said that like every year, like Mr. Lai said that if the council is changed, then you need to go and lobby. I mean that you have been done for 20 more over years. It's supposed to be like, if even we type like Sandakan Heritage Trail, people will know about Mr. Lai. So Mr. Lai like ambassador for Sandakan. Same goes to Dr. Indra. It start from nothing, right? And then give it to something. So how about the involvement from the community of
Dr.
Sandakan?
Indra first.
Okay. In my experience, we have no problem with the communities because in Batu Pahat, our local community mainly the Hakka community. So people, I think, I don't know, it's happened in Malaysia because I think the Chinese people are more aware in terms of the heritage. Yeah, and I don't have problem communicating, engaging them. We did a project, a small project, to develop or to open the gallery, the gallery of Batu Pahat, which we display all the old photos of Batu Pahat, and it was a really fruitful program where we have uh, supported by the communities. It is the Chinese community and also the Dewan Perniagaan Cina, okay, Chinese Chamber. They are really supportive. Okay, you mentioned Dr. Rahaya about community, right? For me, community also involve the local authority. But the problem happening in my town is we don't have support from the local authority. Yes. So that's the problem. And I think for Mr. Lai, you have faced that issue for more than 20 years. I think at the moment you are in the phase of establishment. And it's actually need sometimes, I don't know, when I become older, people will make use of our initiative. That's for me.
As for my side, you see, I have a small team about 10 people. Although none of us are as qualified as Dr. Indra or Dr. Rahaya, they are all ordinary people who like history. So I'm only the face of the heritage trail, but everybody of them, they do their own thing and they submit to me or input to me, and I do a lot of writing myself. And also, fortunately for Sandakan was the British, North Borneo British capital. So we have plenty of history online. So that's one of the good things, because we were the capital. Everything was here, pictures and stories and all that. And for example, I was talking about a fun map. It's actually not my idea. One of my committee member, she actually 20 years ago, she went to New Zealand and followed a trail in New Zealand, and she brought back a map from New Zealand. And when we started this, she took out the map and said, why don't we follow like this? Well, we had a big challenge of doing it as a cartoonish map. So this map was done by two persons. Number one is a person, as a local artist, who draw the icon. As you can see, all the main side got the picture very clear, like the church, the tokong, and all that. It's drawn by one person. He's a local artist, and I get a graphic designer to design the belakang and put in all together. So it became two combined into one. Over the 22 years, the main thing, asas lah, not change. Only the color scheme change, and we added on more and more, like the year and so on, as we know. So as I agree with Dr. Indra, heritage is not in the our government punya priority.
Yeah.
So that's why we have ICOMOS, right? So we have to do more work to lobby or pressure the government to pay attention. So far in Sandakan, quite okay. We get the attention, and we, like Dr. Indra said, the community is fully aware of this. This is not just a tourist product, but a lot of schools now are making use of this as school project. So they allow students to go there, take picture, write report, this is what we want. That is the main objective.
All right. I thank you, Mr. Lai and Dr. Indra. It's very sincere gesture. I mean that from both of you. So, Mr. Lai, after 20 years, I mean that you are in the Heritage Trail for 20 more over years, right? So after 20 years, how do you feel now? I mean that what did you see?
Only finally after the COVID,
Okay.
I can see some result. Honestly, the past, yang depan tu, judges saja, no. Now only after the COVID, especially during the COVID, when the government has money and nothing to spend. So the council asked me what I can do to upgrade the trail. Then the money ada. Or like before, every time we apply to do some, get a budget. So during the COVID, we had a bit more. So the information board and the new signages are all done during the COVID money. So this is after the COVID is also like a turning point for everybody. I do not know about all of you, but for me in Sabah or in Sandakan, it's like a big upset of our life during the COVID. And everybody realized after the COVID, I think we have to do more because you just don't know what's going to happen anymore. COVID is never expected.
Yeah. Okay.
So do we have any questions from the audience?
If any one of you are interested to read more about the Sandakan Heritage Trail, you can go to our Facebook page, Heritage Sandakan 2003. That's the web page, the Facebook address.
Also developed by Sandakan Heritage Trail, isn't it? Not the authority, right?
No, it's our own Facebook. We have about now, because of also COVID, it has ballooned the membership. I mean the followers. It's about 7,000 now.
It's increasing. I mean that. Starting from how many followers that you have? Starting from?
Dari awal-awal very sikit, few hundred only. So suddenly become a lot more because everybody was at home.
Okay.
And we continue to post. During the COVID, I do a bit of research at home and do some posting and whatever we know. Kalau tidak berapa di rumah kan?
Okay. So if we don't have any questions, any last word from Mr. Lai and also Dr. Indra? I mean
Dr. Indra first.
Okay.
For the young generation. I mean that because I think that we have a few young generations here. Yeah. What is that like moving forward?
Yeah. Okay. Just one point here. If our audience or has a chance to visit Batu Pahat or Johor, if you want to visit my town, just call me or you can ask Dr. Rohaya to contact me. I'm happy to have you in Batu Pahat and take you around to my town. And I'm hoping that our heritage initiative, I think, is a good idea that we have. I think Dr. Rohaya, a few years back, that we try to have a kind of alliance, yeah, right? Heritage Trail Alliance in Malaysia.
Yes, I like that idea.
Yeah, I think I don't know why it stopped. I think maybe this is the starting point to restart back our initiative, especially from the side of ICOMOS Malaysia. I think this
Yes.
is the best way in order for us to um, what we call exchange ideas and experience. Yeah, and that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr.
On
Indra.
my side, I would just want to share with you. Recently, the Sabah Tourism Board has asked me to do a program for young people. So our group has decided to test pilot project lah. We work with the one school here, College Community Sandakan, government college, to form what we call a student heritage ambassador program. Okay, so they have a tourism faculty like 20, 30, 30 every year. So we are already working with the school discussing so how we train the student to be our young volunteers. Every year, with every intake, we do that. So we hope by doing this, we can, spread the message more. And these students will benefit it because when they come up, this is only certificate, college community. So they can work in tourism line like hotel and etc. tour company. They have more information about Sandakan, their own hometown, so that maybe they get hired. So this is once it's ready, we are going to sign an MOU with the school so that we could do it like annually lah.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, thank you for both of you. So as we approach to end of our today's sessions, allow me to share some of the upcoming initiative. We also welcome the abstract from all of you for Sembrani. If you want to share with us on the heritage related subject, anything, to submit to us to admin e-commerce administrator. And then lastly, our next Sembrani event will be also Intan is sharing the QR code. You can scan, and if you have you want to share something with us, by all means you can do that. And our next Sembrani event, because we do it monthly, it will be on the 28th May on Wednesdays. And also Intan will share the QR code for the feedback. Ada ke Intan QR code? QR code. Then we really appreciate any feedback from all of you to improve our Sembrani sessions. So then as we conclude our today's sessions, like takes a moment to reflect what have been sharing by Mr. Lai and also Dr. Indra. Okay, the feedback. Okay, this feedback, we really appreciate if you can scan and give a feedback on our today's session so we can improve for better Sembrani 2.0. So for the key message that shared by our speakers that I can conclude is what? Then is actually the takeaway from today. As we know that heritage is everywhere. It lives in the streets of Sandakan city, where layered of history through all the colonial facades, and in the hearts of the small towns Batu Pahat, where everyday spaces quietly been utilized by the community with a cultural memory. So this trail teaches that heritage not only found in the grand monuments or in the big cities, but also in the small stories, local landmarks, and lived experience of the community. So for that, before we officially close our sessions, we can take our group photo. Can like everybody turn on the camera. So then we can take a photos for all of us to commemorate today's event.
Okay.
Thank you all for
One,
coming.
1, 2, 3. Okay, then.
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you once again to our lovely
you.
participants and also Intan. See you all at the next sessions on the 28th. Assalamualaikum and have a good weekend ahead.